Okay. Hey guys, Iceman here, and we're going to be playing Gremlins 2, the new batch, for the NES. I believe it said, did it say 1990 when this came out? Not one of my favorite games growing up. I used to rent this from Two Thumbs Up, and or was it either Two Thumbs Up or Frank's? I can't remember. This is a few ways back. Gremlins, of course, one of my favorite movies of all time. Gremlins 2, I almost prefer it over the original, and I know some people are like, what? But it just had so much in it. In terms of entertainment, it was just great. The video game of Gremlins 2, it's to be lacking for sure. As you see, you know, the giant tomatoes that were in the movie, you know, so the focus so heavily on the plot of the movie, the giant tomatoes. It's actually a while before you see a real gremlin enemy. You get this balloon item. Hopefully we won't need it. And again, the bat enemies that, you know, yeah, I don't think there was, other than the bat gremlin, I don't believe there were any bats in the Gremlins 2 movie. It just makes you, like, wonder, like, what was going on? What were they thinking, if I can use that term? And these levels are, you know, pretty good introductory to what you're going to be facing later on. Pretty good introduction. But then what I think it's after, maybe it's after this level, like what the game throws at you is just insanity. In that part, it's similar to the movie. I just took a ton of damage there. So right now we have 3 hearts, and it's basically 2 hits per heart. 6 hits total. I think you can max it up to 4 hearts, so 8 hits, which is pretty forgiving. If they give you 10, I think that would have been a little bit better. And again, these giant spiders break off into baby spiders, just like real life. Have to kill them again. Yeah. So yeah, this game is balls. It's all about balls. You need balls to buy stuff, which you collect so many through the game. Like you almost have too much. You have too many balls. Okay, so 7:30, and we're gonna buy some health. But the stuff doesn't cost that much, but you can only buy like one item per shop. And then the shop goes away, which I think is awful. Alright. Come on again. So yeah, I haven't really had time to focus on anything during this lockdown, quarantine, whatever. I've been wanting to do this for a while. This and Ninja Turtles for NES. But with these older games, you can't just sit down and be like, oh yeah, I'll just beat this game today, because sometimes, you know, sometimes that doesn't happen. Sometimes you have a bad day, or the game just doesn't want to work for you. Okay, so we just got a weapon upgrade, and now we're able to throw fire from this match. Now these things are like tracking bombs. Like, if you get too close to them, they will seek you out and try to take you out. So if you get close enough to take them out before they see you, then you can, you know, you can kind of avoid them. This is very much a top-down platformer. Okay. So jumping, you wouldn't imagine jumping to be a, you know, a big thing in a top-down game, but I mean it is very much. Right off the top of my head, I can't think of another game that, you know, is top-down and focuses so much on jumping. It's just not a style that really caught on, I don't think, unless there's something that I'm missing. Some game I'm not thinking of. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. Okay. Now this weapon will let you shoot sideways, so that comes in handy. A lot of movie adaptations on the NES usually didn't end up amounting to anything. Weren't anything spectacular, but I think in some fashion, almost all of them were flawed in some way, and this one's no exception. And again, I mean, I know all NES games were tough. Come on, there we go. You have to hit that jump just right too. Yeah, all NES games, like, NES games were viewed as like kids' toys, but they were ridiculously hard. I mean, I guess they were trying to teach us like patience, and I don't know, but they were ridiculously hard. I remember reading this as a kid, and I think this stage is about as far as I would get. Because I have a tendency to rush. I still have a tendency to rush. If you watch me and Misty playing Super Mario Brothers 3, yeah, I have a tendency to want to push forward. Alright, so this guy, this part is very difficult. Well, I mean, I'm not a fan of it. There we go. Okay. Now, one thing you're gonna have to master in this game is the diagonal shooting, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You almost have to face him in that direction. Come on. Again, you know, it's good, but it's not great. And when you have enemies that are as powerful as these guys, you know, you want every advantage you can get. And one thing that this game does good, I guess does well, I should say, is compared to other games, the respawning of enemies is much more forgiving. Like, I don't even think they respawn at all. If you take them out, let me see if I can get around here. Okay, nice. Yeah, this was about as far as I would get when I was a kid, because I couldn't master the diagonal jumping. And I think I'm gonna need some health. I love the music in this game. It's great. There was another Gremlins game on either the. It was like one of the handheld systems, Nintendo. I never got around to playing it. It looked crazy. There was all these different types of Mogwai or Gremlin characters. And I think there was like there were some females, or at least one female. It was weird looking. I need to check it out sometime. You know, there should have been something with like light. There should have been light enemies or light-based attacks, and there should have been stages with water. Like they have all this fire and stuff. They should have just put water in it, and if you hit it, you know, it would just spawn more enemies. Like that would be interesting, but they didn't go that route because they probably didn't watch the movie. 2, 3. Alright, boss. It is Spike. Right? Spike. He's like the reincarnation of Mohawk, is that correct? Or is it vice versa? I can't remember. Come on. Kind of want to play it safe here. If you can get into this square pattern, you can kind of take them out. But I'm not really doing a good job. There we go. And since we upgraded our previous weapon, the upgrade stays. So we're able to throw 3 of these paper clips. I think that's how it works. Now, these hand guys, man, they'll come out of nowhere, and they have the capability of movement. So just because one shows up in one area and you dodge it, that doesn't mean that you've gotten away from it. And come on, okay. And you can jump those things, but I don't really recommend it because it doesn't work half the time. Man. Okay, yeah, so we already had the power up. Alright. But yeah, Gremlins 2, I think it was marketed towards everybody, but, you know, kids liked it. I liked it as a kid growing up. So, and they always used to say that these were, you know, Nintendo was, like, made for kids or whatever. Like, why did they make the games so crazy hard. I never beat this one as a kid. Like I just got hit by a pineapple. I lacked the patience in order to do this. Getting into the graveyard scenery of this studio. Okay. These things, these little conveyor belts, I hate them with a passion. So the thing you got to remember when you're jumping on them is you have to land on the side that they're coming from. And here I can just skip it. So like if they're moving to the right, you got to jump on the left side of them. Otherwise, if you're too close to the right side, you're gonna fall off. You know the side that it's dumping off to. These guys are slightly stronger gremlins than what we've seen, but all they do is they just wander around aimlessly. Let's get our health up. This game is very much 8 directions. Like you have to lock yourself in a grid. This part's tricky. There we go. Come on. So if you just think, okay, I have movement up, down, left, right, and then diagonally. Okay. And watch out for these the little electric balls that it throws. Again, this game is all about balls. Avoid electric balls. See, he doesn't take hardly any damage. (4-1). I believe the game goes to 5-1. Now this weapon is probably the best weapon in the game. It gives you a great advantage. But we're in like almost the last part of the game, so this is where things get insane. And this again. Ooh. Come on. Now this, see, this is redonkulous. There we go. Ah! There we go. The game is bad about after jumps like that. Okay. It's bad about throwing enemies at you right after like one of these jumps. Come on. So you have to be really careful, or just know where everything is. Keep playing. Just keep playing. I'm so glad that Sunsoft got a hold of this, but at the same time, there we go. Oh, I could have done so much more with this. Whoa! Stupid hand. Grabbing. Ah! Grabbing the grabster. Alright. 2 hearts. Do they refill? No. That said 4 too, right? I don't know. Getting anxious. Come on. Jump. Jump. Ah! There we go. Now this... Yeah. There's no way. Oh, 1 heart. Great. Half a heart. No. 1. Oh, I don't know. Oh, this could be bad. Come on. Okay. Come on. Nice. There we go. Alright. Back in business. Okay. Whoa! Come on. Bum, bum. Bum, bum. Jump this dude. Ah, come on, I jumped you. Oh, and again, I used to rent this game. Didn't really do that good with it. Come on. This is Spike with a Gatling gun, and as long as you avoid the spikes, you're good. Yep. When you're walking down the conveyor belts like this, you really have to pull to the opposite side. Otherwise, you're gonna go over. Ah! Ah, stupid hands. 2 heart and a half. I'm not feeling too good here. There we go. And no health. Take an extra life, maybe? I I think we already have an extra life. I hope they carry over. They should, because we're probably gonna need it. Whoa. Okay. 5-2. Okay, this is it. And we got 1 heart. Come on. You can stay over here for a little bit until he moves. Yeah. Okay, please. Alright, back in business. Come on. Come on. Forget exactly how many hit. Ugh. And that was Gremlins 2. Not a bad game, but it just has a lot of flaws that could have been avoided. Oh. I get in a rush to record these things, and I leave my phone on. Got my hat on because my hair is a mess because I can't get out to cut it. Alright guys, that was Gremlins 2, the new batch for NES. Not much more to say about that. There's another NES game that I'm working on, but it's pretty difficult, so I don't know when that will come out. But you know, in the last couple weeks, I've been working on my online Onslaught stuff. There's a pretty good update coming. I don't know when. I'm still kind of working on it, but I wanted to get this out. So that's coming soon. Thanks for watching the channel. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. It helps me out, makes me feel better, makes me feel good inside. Comment, share to your friends, you know, your family, whatever. And yeah, all right. Thanks for watching. Take care.